Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking something in a bottle. Is it a bourbon?
It's bourbon.
It's a bourbon. All right, Ben. I've never heard of this thing before. It's a cool bottle, but
yeah, let's bring it in and show everybody. We've got BAM. This is James E. Pepper Barrel Proof. This is going to be one of those reviews where we know nothing about the distillery, don't have a ton of information.
Well, and there's nothing actually available, so it's impossible to find out any of this. So we're just going to go
there was
blind.
A resource, you know, like a web around the world. Like a World Wide Web that you could find that out.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is just going to be one of those drink it, taste it, should you buy it reviews. This is James E. Pepper Barrel Proof. This is batch 16 for those of you playing along at home, and it's 108.4 proof. So what I do know about this is this has been making its rounds on the whiskey tubes recently, and people are really liking it.
Okay.
Fancy bottle, which sometimes is a bad sign.
Yeah, so I see a couple of design elements on this bottle, and I'm curious. Let me lay them out for you and see if you agree and maybe you totally disagree.
Okay.
Like these stripes.
Yep.
Like I somehow get like 50s hot rod kind of influence.
Sure, like flames or something like that. Okay, I guess.
But then these lines over here, I get like an Art Deco kind of thing, like kind of like the Gatsby. Like it's a cool blend of like styles.
Yeah, it is, and it looks like old-fashioned, like decanter style.
Yeah.
So let's find out if the whiskey holds up to the fancy bottle.
Sometimes
design.
fancy bottle is a curse, but we'll find out.
On the nose, it's really nice actually. It's a bit nutty.
A little bit like butter. Huh.
Like buttered rye bread, or maybe not rye bread, but like a buttered muffin or something. Like there's some sweetness, a little nuttiness, a little pastry vibe.
Yeah, maybe buttered pastry, a tad, but it's subtle. Anyway, I'm not getting a lot else other than that. So.
All right, well, let's get into the palate. Cheers. I'm a little perplexed by this one.
It's kind of more sweet than I expected.
Yeah, but for me, I'm getting a little bit of that mineral.
Really?
Note.
So,
yeah.
Okay, I kind of see where you're going with that, but I like the sweetness and some of the prominent wood sugars and maybe some evidence of age. Like it works well.
Yeah, I tell you what, it almost drinks old.
Yeah.
You know, like it's almost a little dusty tasting. But it's good, but it's definitely different than I was expecting. I'm gonna get in for another sip here. Entertain the internet while I.
So if I were to get this blind, and which effectively we have done, I would guess this came from a different distillery.
Dickel?
No.
I'm getting Dickel vibes from this.
That's crazy. I'm getting Wild Turkey vibes.
Really?
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Wild Turkey.
Wow, we're having a different experience with this one. So, getting into what I said before about, like, people are raving about this bottle.
Yeah, no.
Like, value-wise, so 65.
I just got a really minerally kind of.
Did you?
Yeah. Crash and burn.
Yeah, 65 to 70 bucks typically for this bottle, or 60 to 70.
If you only take 2 sips, it's totally worth it. Don't take the 3rd sip.
That's when the mineral vibes come in. So I paid 70 for this.
Okay.
I like it. I think maybe I had a little bit of expectations going in having, I try, a lot of times if it's a new bourbon that's new on the market and I get a hold of it, I try to not watch reviews of it to not like sway my opinion, but I had already seen a bunch of these.
Okay.
And so that's actually why I bought it, is because so many people are recommending, go out and get this bottle. It's one of the best values in bourbon right now. I don't know that I'm prepared to go that far with this one. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not like a standard bourbon profile to me, at least the batch 16 that we're having.
There's something unique about it.
Yeah, there's something that, and I can't tell if it's unique or if it's just off.
Good way to put it. It's got a bitterness in the middle that is pretty prominent.
Yeah, it's got a strong bitterness.
It's got a lot of sweetness around it, but there's this like middle lane of bitterness that it's hard to get around. And it took me a couple sips to kind of identify it, but
this one has drank bitter for me.
Yeah.
Every sip I've taken. I'm a little, I don't know what to say about this one.
Well, I think it'd be fair to revisit it, you know?
I think you're probably onto something with that. Now, for the $70 and the beautiful bottle that it comes in, not that that really matters, but it looks cool on the shelf. Am I upset that I bought it? No. Would I buy it again? Probably not.
Right.
You know, like when I finish this bottle, I'm not going to be racing out to go buy another bottle of this.
Right. And it won't sit there and linger, and you keep skipping it because you don't want to pour of it because there's...
No, I'll absolutely, enjoy working my way through the bottle here.
Yep.
But I don't know that... It sounds like you and I are maybe kind of on the same page.
I'm starting to get there, yeah.
Where I don't think that we are prepared to agree with the rest of seemingly everyone on Whiskey Tube that's saying that this is like a, run out and grab this bottle, And again, could be the batch, because it says batch number 16, so I don't know how many different batches they put out,
Yeah.
But... yeah, it's not bad, but the batch 16 definitely has some George Dickel vibes to it. I really noticed that mineral note.
Do we know, is it distilled in Kentucky or is it?
It says it's distilled at the historic James E. Pepper Distillery, Lexington, Kentucky.
Okay. So it's not just sourced from...
Nope. No.
Anybody else. Okay.
So I think that I would like to try another batch. I don't know if I'm going to run out and buy another bottle to try another batch.
Yep.
But... at some point, if I happen upon a pour of this, it would be interesting to compare the batches. But if you like the bitterness, I think it's sharper than the 108 proof would warrant.
Yeah.
So it's a bit bitter and minerally, and then kind of some brown sugar standard bourbon sweetness wrapped around it is kind of how it goes.
I'd say above average sweetness, but...
really, I would say below average for me, because the bitterness, maybe there's the sweetness there, but the bitterness is the prominent note.
Oh, definitely.
And sometimes that's, the oak. And so I don't know, but sometimes you can kind of tell. It's like, am I getting an oak bitterness or an oaky? This one just kind of has a general bitterness to it, and I don't know what to attribute it to.
Yeah.
So... anyway, I guess this one, as far as a recommend, I don't know. If you want to spend the $70 on a really cool looking bottle that the bourbon is pretty good, but
it's
different,
then
then go ahead and do it. But in the meantime, this has been James E. Pepper Barrel Proof on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Till next time. See you next time.